that man's is ripping it. Alright, welcome YouTube. I'm Alien Matt, as you already know that. I've got I'm on a mission. Welcome to my back. As always, I'm your host with the most. Who says that? I'm your host with the most. White Boy 7th Street. Okay, can't take that. So, this is a spoiler attack episode on Bird Box. Got very, very hefty music because I'm on a mission to get Little Caesars pizza. I don't know how much time I've got right now. I'm gonna be talking about Bird Box. I should be able to make it. I hope I do. 9:53. I have 7 minutes to make it. Hopefully they'll allow me to purchase an order. If not, I'm gonna Walmart and get some taquitos. Okay. So we're talking about Bird Box. Actually, you know what? We're gonna let me the horizon. No, I got a USB. We're listening to EDM episode because I'm putting my camera quality is a little bit different because I forgot my Canon at my grandparents' place. So we're using my handy cam. Bird Box, holy baloney, let's talk about that. Spoiler attack. So, third episode, disclosure, I'm not doing an episode on Terrifier. There's some movies I like to watch twice, and I'm just not gonna do that with Terrifier. Terrifier is a good movie, so I'll give it a quick review on Terrifier. It's a good movie, slasher film, way too gory, clown's a psycho, everyone dies in a clown, boom, Terrifier reviewed, 2 reviews in 1. Yo, I'm getting this pizza. Alright, so I'm gonna be back in a second, because I was able to get to Little Caesars in less than 10 minutes. Let's finger cross. Do I get crazy bread? No, I just want to get a $5 pizza. No, I don't know. We're gonna find out. You dudes and dudos are gonna find out in a... Oh! Yeah, I got pizza! Oh! I just love watching someone eat food while reviewing movies. I mean, yeah, heart attack. I think it's kind of fitting, almost, me eating pizza while reviewing a movie. Oh yeah. Woo! Alright, so let's get back to the topic. Bird Box. I have a feeling no one expected this movie to drop. I for one didn't expect it to drop. It could have almost been a Black Mirror video, not video, episode, in the way that what was going on the whole time. So like I said, the movie just dropped almost out of nowhere. No one was hyping it up on my Facebook. I didn't see it on Twitter. For some reason, I think I saw one person post about it on Facebook. I think what I like to do on Spoiler is I like to take 2 movies and kind of pit them with a poll and have them almost fight against each other. So you choose this movie and or that movie. And I chose Bird Box. Just kind of dropped out of nowhere. I think where I noticed it was my mom and I watched Wolves at the Door, and that movie, and I think I saw a snippet of Bird Box. And so I was cleaning my room the other night. I was like, okay, let's jump on Netflix. And like I said in the Batman Ninja, I was gonna say, Netflix and we are getting a better relationship because Netflix is finally putting some good content on there. I mean, they've always had good content, but in the last couple of years, they've really been putting out solid original content. The first movie, or a couple of years ago, they did. The first original Netflix content that I watched was House of Cards. Never finished that show. I would be down to do another viewing of it. But last couple of years they've been killing it with original content. And Bird Box is a great example as why they're killing it with original content. Because one big thing is what is surprising a ton of people is that it's got Sandra Bullock, which she's a hefty main actor. Now people are also comparing her as the old lady to Michael Jackson. As hell, majority of people aren't happy about that, but then again, who's ever happy anymore, right? And so the movie has Sandra Bullock in it, which she's just #1 hefty actor, like big name actor in this Netflix original hot take of a very interesting. And so got Sandra Bullock in it. And the movie starts off as her and her kidlets venturing onto this river where she's explaining to her kids that it's gonna take about more than 24 hours because they're being kids. They're asking her how long it's gonna be off of this boat. And so get off this boat. Well, they don't even get off this boat because Bird Box is also one of those movies that bounces back and forth from one scene to another in probably one of the best ways I've ever seen done. And so it starts off with her going into her kids going down the river, and then it flashes into a scene where it says 5 years later. At this point, I didn't know what was going on in the movie, but has this been taking freaking forever? Hey, so happening, I compare Bird Box to, but we're also going to compare this to The Quiet Place, like I clipped it into 1,000 pieces. So The Quiet Place came out in last year. Fact check's gonna go up. The Quiet Place had John Krasinski, Jim from The Office, and his wife, who I'm totally blanking on, but this isn't a Quiet Place review. This is a Bird Box review. Oh my gosh. On this, we listen to Friends music culminate. Oh, wait for it. Okay, so Quiet Place. Quiet Place and Bird Box are similar. I'd say they're like shot for shot, or they both deal with two different aspects of some like demon spirit that you don't see but you know is there. I swear if I had this or someone heads on to me. So pros of Bird Box. Let's just strip it down to the pros and cons of Bird. Pros are, and title of the video spoilers, but so the pros of Bird Box is that it doesn't take long for it to suck you into what's going on, and like I said, Sandra Bullock is pregnant. They're at the hospital. All of a sudden, when they start leaving, that's when all this craziness happens, and then part way. And then, so that's what I liked about the movie, is that it didn't take long to actually tell you what was going on. It didn't take long for them to start getting the action pack that the whole movie is into what it did. They didn't waste any time onto pick up the story, because for a 2-hour long movie, it felt like 2 hours, but it was also one of those movies that you didn't want to turn away from. I was cleaning my room, and there would be times where I just sat there, and because I didn't want to turn my eyes away. I think that's hard to get nowadays, because some movies you just put on background noise, aka Batman Ninja, but Batman Ninja was a masterpiece in my but I didn't want to turn my eyes away from this movie, and that was a perfect grab. And another pro is that it had a ton of actors that you were like, yo, I've seen that person before. I don't know what movie I've seen that person from, but, and then Machine Gun Kelly was in this movie. I don't think anyone was expecting it. Everyone's like, oh, Machine Gun Kelly, I didn't know he's acting. He's been acting for a while. But Bird Box just came out of nowhere, and I saw a stat today where it had like over 45 million viewers within its opening week, and that's the first time anything's happened for Netflix, because as far as I know, no one's actually been that interested in a Netflix movie. And honestly, I don't think a majority of people would have checked out Bird Box if it hit the theaters. So if we go into a future where, well, I think in a couple of years people are gonna be more inclined to stay at home. Well, people already do. They rather stay home and watch a movie on Netflix than go out to the theater and spend twice as much money. Oh, I'm sliding. No, I'm 10 block today. Or tonight, tomorrow never dies. Woo! Sliding. So like I said, the movie picks up at a decent speed, I'd say. She gets out of the car because her sister decides to, well, she doesn't decide to, it just kind of happens where she looks in the sky, and this is a pro and a con, because for people that love movies, aka me, the reason I started spoiler attack, but for people that understand movies, they love the out of context, like you don't see the monster. It's happened before in a bunch of movies, like Cloverfield. Am I going to be able to get up this hill? Cloverfield is a great example of a monster movie that you don't see the monster until like the very end, but even then they tease it a tiny bit. And so, you never see the movie, or you never see the monster in the movie, but I saw a blog post that the director did show what the monster looked like, but I didn't see it at all. Would Box be a movie to watch more than once? Yes, but it's also one of those movies that is kind of okay not watching it more than once. But Bird Box is definitely a movie that you can rewatch and be satisfied and not get bored of it. Because I also think that it's one of those movies that if you only watch it in one sitting, you miss a ton. Especially if you're not like completely focused on it. But and then another pro is that you start getting to know these people a lot faster than, say, a James Bond movie. That's a weird comparison. Like a James Bond movie or like a romance movie. Start getting to know these people a lot more. They're all friendly-ish to a point. They all want to help each other, so they start out this on, not so much in like movie aspect, but in like personalities. The cons of helping people are always great, but we're now switching cameras, and we're talking about the con of Bird Box. So actually I haven't finished the pros. So the pros of Bird Box. So the cons of Bird Box, I touched on this a bit in the pros, is that if you aren't a film geek, you won't actually really understand what's going on with all the metaphors and how, like in Cloverfield, you don't actually see the monster, but you know that there's a monster there. And so that for someone that's on a Friday night, doesn't know what they want to do and doesn't want to play World of Warcraft, but wants to watch a movie, and they say, oh, Bird Box, I've heard a ton of great things about this movie. Let's watch it. They'll be confused. They'll watch it if they want to more than once, and they probably still won't understand what's going on. The length of the movie is both a pro and a con, because if you like long movies, great movie. If you want a movie with a ton of action, not the movie for you. But if you like a suspenseful thriller, it's an amazing movie. Oh, what else? Like I said, the pros, it's got a ton of actors that you've seen. It's got Sandra Bullock, it's got MGK. People might get offended by the over-the-top, I don't know, like, I feel like anytime they input kids into movies, some people are like, whoa, what's going on here? The kid actors were amazing. Boy and girl, amazing. I've never seen better acting in child actors at the age they were. Spoilers. Drift Nation, bro. I liked about the movie, though, the speed of it was fast-paced. I didn't feel like I sat through it getting bored. Like I said, I was cleaning my room, and I didn't want to take my eyes off of it. If I would have just sat there for the whole 2 hours doing nothing. So it's a very hands-on movie where you have to always constantly be watching what you always have to be watching what happens, because if you miss a second, then you won't understand any of the movie. Luckily, you can rewind, pause it, take a break, cry a bit if you find death in actors too much, because a ton of people die. Gruesome, not really. I mean, there's gunfights, but it's not like anyone's getting mixed up with Black Mirror's new movie episode, which is a hefty conversation, which I think I actually want to talk about in the next spoiler attack episode. Some more pros about this movie. I think I covered it. My thoughts on this movie. I don't want to get into like, I'm rating this a 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10. So I'm not gonna get away, or I'm not gonna focus so much on giving a rating. But I also at the end you start finally. So the whole like concept of Bird Box, from my understanding, I haven't looked up much answers to the metaphor of what the Bird Box means, but from what I understood, that the birds were a way of finding out whether or not the monster was close to Sandra Bullock or to Mallory and her kids, and you start realizing it throughout the movie, because there's another point where they are in a grocery store trying to get food, and that's where the bird, and then they eventually, and they don't outright tell you that the birds are a way to help them figure out whether or not there's the monsters around you. And this is where it's coming back to where not so much common sense, but having an understanding of the filming technique, and how there's like subtle plugs in the movie that show how the characters can realize whether or not the monster is around them. And the blindfolding is, of course, so they don't see the monster and get converted into a zombie. But would I recommend this to anybody? Yes. But I also wouldn't recommend it to anyone that has a hard time watching kids go through a hard situation. That doesn't like suspense thrillers. But it also has a lot of, in my mind, a lot of pros than cons. The acting there's some cringy MGK acting in the movie, but all in all, Netflix is killing it with the movie game, with mainly the movie selection. So thank you for watching this very extreme, all over the place spoiler attack video. This is also the longest I've taken to make a video, but that's also because I've been tossing around thousands of ideas on how to make this, but there's so much I could talk about, but I also don't want to make this video as long as the movie. But there's room for discussion in the comment section. So if you have more to talk about or more questions you want about this movie, throw it down in the comment section below. As always, I'm your host, Elliot Matt. Thanks for checking out this week's episode of Spoiler Attack. See you dudes and dudes, in 2 weeks for another episode of, Spoiler Attack. Could be Wolves at the Doors. Could be another one. I'm going to be throwing up a tournament poll. I'm going to be throwing up a poll on my Instagram. Follow that, Alien Matt. But I think that's all I want to talk about this movie. If I want to add more stuff, then I will film more. But either or, I like how much I've talked about. I was all over the place. But anyway, like, favorite, subscribe, share this with your mom, your dad, your sister, your grandma, aunt, uncle, your movie friend critics, and yeah. So, juices, don't forget to hit that bell notification button and let me know what movie you want me to spoil. Either way, Deuces, my dudes and dudettes, and see you guys in 2 weeks.